Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so excited you're joining us today because we're diving into a topic that's an absolute game changer for your financial peace of mind. What is an emergency fund and how much should you save? Life can throw curveballs, car repairs, medical bills, or even a sudden job loss. And an emergency fund is your safety net to handle those surprises without derailing your finances. This is going to be a comprehensive, beginner friendly guide. So grab a pen, maybe a snack, and let's get into it. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is an emergency fund? In simple terms, an emergency fund is money you set aside specifically for unexpected expenses or financial emergencies. It's not for planned purchases like a new phone or a vacation. That's what your regular savings are for. An emergency fund is there for true ah-oh moments, like when your water heater breaks, you need an urgent dentist visit, or you lose your income and need to cover bills until you're back on your feet. Think of it as your financial lifeboat, ready to keep you afloat when the unexpected hits. Now, you might be wondering, why is an emergency fund such a big deal? Well, without one, life surprises can quickly turn into financial disasters. Let's say your car breaks down and you don't have the cash to fix it. You might have to put it on a credit card with a 20% interest rate. And suddenly, a $500 repair becomes a $600 or $700 problem over time. Or worse, you might have to dip into your retirement savings or skip paying other bills, which can spiral into bigger issues. An emergency fund protects you from that stress. It gives you the freedom to handle life's challenges without going into debt or sacrificing your long-term goals. Another reason emergency funds are so important is peace of mind. Money stress is real. Studies show that financial worries are one of the top causes of anxiety for Americans. Knowing you've got a cushion in the bank can help you sleep better at night. It's like having an insurance policy you control, one that's there to catch you when life gets messy. Plus, an emergency fund can keep you from making desperate decisions, like taking out a predatory payday loan or selling investments at a loss just to cover a bill. Alright, so we know what an emergency fund is and why it's a must have. Now, let's get to the big question. How much should you save? This is where things get a little personal because the right amount depends on your situation. But don't worry, I'll break it down into clear, actionable steps so you can figure out what works for you. The general rule of thumb for an emergency fund is to save 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. That means enough money to cover your essential bills, like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and minimum debt payments, for 3 to 6 months if you were to lose your income. Why 3 to 6 months? It's a range that balances practicality with security. 3 months might be enough if you have a stable job and a strong support system, while 6 months is better if your income is less predictable or you have dependents relying on you. Let's put this into numbers. Say your essential monthly expenses add up to $3,000. That includes your rent, utilities, food, gas, and minimum payments on things like student loans or credit cards. A 3-month emergency fund would be $9,000 and a 6-month fund would be $18,000. Now, if those numbers sound overwhelming, don't panic. Building an emergency fund is a journey and you don't have to get there overnight. In fact, for beginners, there's a smaller goal to aim for first. If you're just starting out or you're working on paying off high-interest debt, aim for a starter emergency fund of $1,000. This is enough to cover most small emergencies, like a car repair or a medical copay, without throwing your budget off track. The $1,000 mark is a great milestone because it's achievable for most people and gives you a quick win to stay motivated. Once you've got that $1,000 saved, you can keep building toward the 3 to 6 month goal. Now, you might be wondering, how do you know if you need 3 months, 6 months, or somewhere in between? Here are a few factors to consider. First, think about your job stability. If you work in a field with steady demand, like healthcare or education, 3 months might be enough. But if you're a freelancer, work in a cyclical industry like construction or rely on commissions, you'll want to aim for 6 months or more. Second, consider your household. If you're single with no kids, you might need less than someone supporting a family. Third, look at your other financial obligations. If you've got a mortgage, multiple debts, or high healthcare costs, a larger fund gives you more breathing room. Another thing to think about is your risk tolerance. Some people feel safer with a bigger cushion, even if it means saving a full year's worth of expenses. Others are comfortable with a smaller fund if they have multiple income streams or a partner with a stable job. There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but the 3 to 6 month range is a solid starting point for most people. Okay, so how do you actually build an emergency fund? Let's talk strategy. Step 1 is to figure out your monthly expenses. Look at your last few months of bank statements and add up what you spend on essentials: housing, utilities, food, transportation, insurance, and minimum debt payments. Don't include non-essentials like dining out or streaming subscriptions. This gives you a clear target for your 3 to 6 month goal. Step 2 is to open a separate savings account for your emergency fund. Why separate? Because you don't want to accidentally dip into it for everyday spending. Look for a high-yield savings account, preferably at an online bank, where you can earn a decent interest rate. Some offer 4% or more as of 2025. These accounts are still liquid, meaning you can access the money quickly, but they're separate from your checking account to reduce temptation. Plus, the interest you earn helps your fund grow over time. Step 3 is to start saving, even if it's small. If you can only set aside $25 a month, that's okay. Consistency is what matters. Treat your emergency fund like a bill and automate transfers to your savings account right after payday. If you get a raise, a tax refund, or a side hustle gig, throw that extra cash into your fund to speed things up. You can also cut back on non-essential spending, like skipping takeout a few times a month, and redirect that money to your savings. Step 4 is to protect your emergency fund. This is super important. Only use it for true emergencies. A new pair of shoes, a concert ticket, or even a planned home upgrade doesn't count. Emergencies are things like unexpected medical bills, urgent car repairs, or covering rent if you lose your job. If you do need to use your fund, make a plan to replenish it as soon as possible so you're ready for the next surprise. One question I get a lot is, where should you keep your emergency fund? Like I mentioned, a high-yield savings account is ideal because it's safe, accessible, and earns interest. Avoid keeping it in a checking account where you might spend it or in risky investments like stocks, which can lose value when you need the money most. Also, make sure your account is FDIC insured, which protects up to $250,000 if the bank fails. Credit unions have similar protection through the NCUA. Safety and accessibility are key here. Another thing to consider is how your emergency fund fits into your bigger financial picture. If you're juggling multiple goals, like paying off credit card debt or saving for a house, prioritize your starter $1,000 fund first, then focus on high-interest debt before building your full 3 to 6 month fund. Why? High-interest debt, like credit cards with 20% rates, can grow faster than your savings, so tackling it early saves you money in the long run. Before we wrap up, let's bust a common myth. Some people think emergency funds are only for people who are bad with money. Not true at all. Even millionaires have emergency funds because life is unpredictable for everyone. An emergency fund isn't about your income or net worth. It's about being prepared. In fact, having one is a sign of financial responsibility no matter where you are on your money journey. So, There you have it. Everything you need to know about what an emergency fund is, why it's essential, and how much you should save. You've got the tools to start building your financial safety net today. If you're ready to take the next step, check out our video on budgeting for beginners to learn how to free up cash for your emergency fund. It's linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching. If this helped you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. Drop a comment below and let me know. Are you working on your emergency fund? And what's your savings goal? I'd love to hear about it. Until next time, stay prepared and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.